Hi, I'm Mike Bjorkman. Thanks so much for watching SCV TV and our segment, Minute with Mike. Today, I'm very excited to have Courtney Brayton of Tour Factory with me. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, you guys know I'm always talking about marketing of properties and how agents differ from one to the other. A lot of the community, a lot of society doesn't realize just how important marketing is. So instead of tooting my own horn like I always do, I wanted to bring Courtney in to actually talk to us a little bit about how important using a virtual tour is in this market. With that being said, Courtney, why don't you open it up a little bit? Maybe talk about some of the statistics that you were telling me over in the green room a minute ago.
Well, we have 68% of agents that use Tour Factory have more listings than the average agent. All right. So if you have 10 well, you have more than 10. But if, let's just say you have 10 this year, you want 17 this next year, we'll help you get them. We're using the marketing tools. The marketing engine that we have is fantastic. We've got you covered everything from the air, which is the internet, the syndication, all the way down to the ground, we call it, which is flyers and QR codes and all that fun stuff.
Right. All right, let's go into what I've done is I'm very proud. I just sold a $1.8 million listing in Newhall, and obviously we use Tour Factory to help market it. So since that's our shining home that's closed in January, I just wanted to go over some of that. Now, the reason I use Tour Factory is a few things. Number one, it syndicates to tons and tons of websites. In here in front of me, we have this pulled up. Where was I before? It goes to like 56 different websites, and it's syndicated on 5 different video channels.
Yep.
So since we know we're in a video revolution, people want to see videos. So we'll just start with that. Tour Factory uploads to my YouTube channel. Now my YouTube channel's got hundreds and hundreds of subscribers. Great way to get out there. Great for search engine optimization. Why don't you tell us how it uploads to YouTube?
It is automatic. You know, we love it when you can set it and forget it. That's one part of our marketing engine that we like, is you can go ahead and set up your YouTube channel to work with your Tour Factory backend, and it will work. So every time you activate a tour, it will automatically post to your own YouTube channel. And Tour Factory also has our own YouTube channel. So you're going to get it at both places, and you're going to start getting the syndication doubled.
Right. A couple of the websites that I'm looking at here, obviously Zillow is number 1 or 2 in the world. Trulia being 1 or 2 in the world. I'm not sure when you watch this what it is. Hotpads, Homes.com, Google, DuPont Registry. You guys have partnerships with websites that a lot of people don't.
Yep, so, DuPont Registry is one of our exclusives.
Right, yeah, exactly. And if you are not taking the steps to market like this, you're not going to get the highest price in the quickest amount of time. The numbers are amazing with Tour Factory, and the way we market them, we put this thing everywhere, folks. But in the month of November, when we put this home on the market, we sold it in 2 weeks. But we had over 4,000 views. Now, it's hard to understand those numbers and how much marketing it really takes to put 4,000. So if you're listing it with an agent that can't or won't do this type of marketing, you've just missed 4,000 views of your home, which makes absolutely no sense. Tell us about some of the weekly marketing reports that go to my sellers. I try to tell people how important it is to have your agent prove what they're doing. Not just talk about what they're going to do, but prove they're doing it, how it works.
Great. That's one thing that we love is the weekly sellers report. And your seller then will get the report. It's going to tell where the viewings are coming from, how many viewings they've gotten per day, and it looks good too. So it's very good for you, and it's automatic.
Right.
All right.
So if you list with me, you're automatically going to get a report emailed to you every week. It even breaks down to, did they look at the kitchen more? Did they look at the backyard more? Where did it come from? Yahoo, Google, my website.
Facebook. Don't forget about Facebook too.
This is exactly one of the ways that I know over 25% of my viewings comes from social media is because of one of these reports. I mean, we use several reports, but this one's the most accurate and most powerful in my opinion. And what's really nice, if you were to sit down with me, Courtney's made a really nice presentation for me to show you that goes through all the things. So how else would a seller benefit by listing with me and using Tour Factory as far as the other marketing, like you said, in the air and on the ground?
The marketing, you've got the flyers, you've got the QR codes, which a lot of agents are using now.
Right. Well, let's stop there, because I know from a previous show that nobody knows what QR codes are.
Okay.
So a QR code, in case you don't know, is that little blurry square that you take with your smartphone, and zap it. I'll give you just one example of the people that love that I use it. I use flyer boxes. Most agents don't because it's such a pain in the butt logistically. I still use them, but when those flyer boxes are empty, a lot of times people say, oh, it's the darn agent that did that. No, little kids come by, make paper airplanes, whatever, but I've made custom stickers that go on my flyer box so people can still come by, zap that, and get the information. It's on our signs, it's everywhere, and people more and more and more are using it. So if you look through any magazine, a high-end magazine you'd pick up at the store or airport or something, there's QR codes for everything. The top Fortune 500 companies, I bet you won't find one not using QR codes. And that has a link to all my listings, not just one. And that way we can cross-market our listings to really boost those numbers up in the air.
Because that person may not be looking for a home in that area, but they'll see it.
It's no different than a magazine ad. You advertise all your homes at once, and then you really build the numbers that way. Okay, sorry to interrupt you. Besides QR codes, how wonderful is our marketing?
It's, of course, awesome. Facebook is really important right now. Social media, we do the YouTube. We automatically ship the video to YouTube for you. We also will post your tour onto Facebook for you. So regardless of how many pages you have, it will automatically post, and you know how beneficial that is. The phones start ringing right away, or people will start liking it, or people will start commenting on it. Then with the sellers too, we ask them to, I'm sure ask them, post their own home, because you never know who they may know. So the flyers, the video.
Okay, let's go back to Facebook. Not to interrupt you too bad. But Facebook, very important. One of the things about the reports that I like, I can prove to my owners that the tours are being seen over 30% by Facebook.mobi, which is cell phones. Now,
that's the other
we just
important
learned from the NAR statistics, over 30% of all home searches are mobile now. So it's so important, in fact, that my app that you can download in the Apple Store, just type in Mike Bjorkman or Santa Clarita Real Estate will pop up. We have direct links to both things, Facebook and the Tour Factory page, because, well, I guess we'll plug that right now. How about Tour Factory being mobile friendly? It's
very mobile friendly. That's one thing that we've really worked on in the last couple of years, because the technology just is so fast. But we have a great group in our system that works on that. So Mobi, depending if you've got, it doesn't matter if you've got Android, if you've got your iPhone, if you've got your tablet, because most people don't even have laptops anymore. Most people, who knows what a PC, So the Mobi is really important, and when you pull it up on your phone, it's going to show, and it will also do it like by GPS. So if someone is in an area and they want to search a home, they can go to Tour Factory, they can go to your site, whichever. And they can search by zip code. So you put in the zip code and it's going to show what homes are for sale in that geographical area. So, we've really put it out there, and we've also made it so it loads fast. You're not going to sit there.
Especially on the iPad, it's awesome.
You're not going to sit and wait for the pictures to show up, because who has time for that?
Yeah, especially on my app, that was one of the things that I was demanding. I needed a system that's right now, because people on their phones are usually on the go. They don't have time for that. One thing I wanted to point out too is it's so crucial these days with all these huge companies like Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia. It's very important that they stay on our marketing. We want them to get the full effect of the home and really enjoy it. So not only does it have the home pictures, but it also maps it. And what other information can they get right from the website? Well, they can get all of your information, the contact information. Well, hopefully.
But it's got the where it's located. They can also pull up the flyer. You can pull up anything that is on the tour that you see on the computer is going to be on the Mobi as well.
One of my favorite features too on that is email this listing. I've been doing this for years, folks, and it's amazing. Every time the phone rings, hey, I just had this tour emailed to me. And a lot of times it's a husband and wife, maybe the husband's at work, and he's like, hey, I found this house, and he emails it to the wife, or a friend or a neighbor or an associate, or somebody in the community. We just did that segment on community. I hear that all the time. Hey, somebody just emailed me the link to this tour. So that feature is amazing because what happens, it's similar to my flyer boxes. When people drive around looking for a home, there's 20 signs out there, but maybe only 2 will have flyers. So when they get home, mine is definitely remembered. They have the flyer. And this is another way, so virtually they can get the flyer and keep it. And that way it's in their hot little hand, because let's face it, if they're working with another agent, unfortunately, that agent's picking the homes they're going to see. That agent might pick based on something they like, an area they like, maybe real estate other agents they like, all the wrong reasons sometimes, but in this way, we can pull them back.
Right.
So it's just an unbelievable system. So we talked about syndication, flyers, postcards. What other things do we want to wrap this up with to show my sellers how important it is that we use Tour Factory for marketing?
Well, for years, we've been doing this for 12 years, so we have seen every part of the internet, how it's evolved, and if your agent is not taking pictures and putting it up and making a tour, a very nice presentation of your home online, then they're not representing you well. So that's what I love about Mike is, every time there's a listing and every time I see that he's posting a picture of one that he may be taking, I'm calling him saying, like, okay, when do you want me to go take those pictures?
Absolutely.
Because, timing is of the essence right now as well, as you know, because things are selling so quickly. So the quicker I can get it out there for you, the quicker you're going to get it sold.
Right, and then let's talk about that. Courtney is absolutely a professional photographer, and she makes our listings absolutely gorgeous. I invite you to go to my website, santaclaritarealestate.com. That's santaclaritarealestate.com. Click on Home Sold by Mike or our current virtual tours. What I like to do is keep the link to the sold properties so you as a seller can see, wow, he's actually done this and knows what he's talking about. And then when it does come time for interviewing agents, that helps the process along with you choosing us. Right. But if you are out there, and unfortunately you may have another agent already, or if you are an agent, I'd highly recommend Courtney to take your photos for you. Again, 12 years, and I've been with them that entire time, so I know there's nothing better out there.
Well, and a lot of people don't realize too, and we've seen this in the last year, where there are people out there who want their home seen. Okay, sellers are, I'm sure you've run across them. When you go and sit down with them, how are you going to put this on the internet for me?
Right.
Are you going to take your own pictures? Are you even going to be putting it on the internet? So we have seen a lot more of that where sellers they know their stuff because they're out there looking online.
Right.
They're out there looking online for their new home.
My luxury clients especially, I do a lot of high-end homes, and we consider a high-end home in Santa Clarita over $750,000. Those people demand it. They know that we need marketing not only nationally but internationally, and Tour Factory has all the tools I need to syndicate and really get that out there with Vimeo, YouTube, all the different things.
Yep.
So search engine optimized, it's not even funny. So with that being said, Courtney, I know we went over again. How do these good folks get a hold of you if they want to chat with you about it?
That's not a problem. My number is 661-244-7576.
And again, my real estate website is santaclaritarealestate.com. And if you want to see, we're also in property management, scvleasing.com. We do tours on every single one of those properties as well, because whether it's for rent or sale, wouldn't you agree, it's just as important to get out there. So my cell phone, 661-212-8075. And again, we appreciate you viewing our show. Thanks for joining Minute with Mike here on SCV TV. Have a great day.